This is Jedi Geek Girl from I Rebel, and I never, ever listen to Discard to Reroll with Mr. Chip.
Touch roll trash, Daddy.
I won't roll trash.
Hi, this is Ben from California, and I never listen to Discard to Reroll with Mr. Chip.
Hi, I'm Seth Holocron, and I never listen to Discard to Reroll.
Yousa in Big Doo-Doo.
Hey, this is Bobby Sapphire from the Hyperloops, and I legit never listen to Mr. Chip on Discard to Reroll.
Discard to Reroll.
It's Discard to Reroll. We're a podcast about a little dice and card game we like to call Star Wars Destiny. I'm your host, Mr. Chip. And, you know, a long time ago, when Discard to Reroll was considered a cheap imitation of a podcast you know and love called Double Blanks. Back in the day, there was a co-host of the show. His name was Jay, and he was on Double Blanks. And every once in a while, he'd make a guest appearance. Well, guess what? Today is that day, everyone. It's Jay from Double Blanks, the man who's been making more content than anyone in the Star Wars Destiny community. The man who said himself the reason for the lack of interest in Destiny was because he wasn't putting out content. Well, guess what, kids? He's back.
Guess what? He's back, man.
It's been
and guess what else?
What else?
I started making content, and boom, 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 spoilers were dropped.
That I think you've proven yourself, Jay. You've proven yourself.
Now everyone's back in the game. They're like, ooh, Rex, ooh, Plo Koon, ooh, Anakin, ooh, Sebulba.
Sebulba. I don't know about that, but how about Cassian? What about Cassian? That's the guy that you love so much.
Oh yeah, he's a beast.
Jay, you've done so much content. And you have impacted your good friend, lifelong friend, mind you, Sir Christopher, that the guy had to even change
CX3.
He had to
CX3.
change his name. You made him change his name. That's how much you've hurt his business. What is going on with CX?
He's actually live streaming right now.
Well,
did you know that?
See? No, I didn't. How do you call him CX3?
His name is Charles Christopher Carter, so it's C times 3.
Oh man, you know Burger King didn't change their name to like Big Burgers and then change it to like Burger
B2.
Slam. Yeah,
BK2.
BK2. They didn't do it. They didn't. They just stuck with Burger King. He's the crime lord.
Yep.
Jay, how is it? How's it been? What have you been playing? How are things? How's it going?
It's going great. I'm really enjoying playing all these new spoilers that have been released in the past couple of weeks or last month. Huge shout out to Jackalman Games because he's the guy that gets all those spoilers put into TTS for us. He can't touch Ice Cobra. Thank you, Ice Cobra, as well. But I really appreciate Jackalman getting those spoilers in there because I have been having a blast playing them.
Yeah, that's been awesome. They put a lot of great content too. What out of all the things you've been putting, like I can't even keep up with it, which is a good problem to have. I saw Vader come back for you, Vader Saber, like all these cool combos that we've wanted to try. What's been something that you've played recently that you really like or you think's got some potential?
Oh, that's a tough one. Because Plo Koon is out and Cassian are out, and both of those are really strong. I played Rex for the first time today and posted that, but I haven't gotten enough playtime in with him yet, so it's going to be between Plo Koon or Cassian, both of which are going to be extremely strong characters next set.
Yeah, Cassian sounds like he may have some competitive juice to him.
Oh, yeah. A 14 cost character that no matter what side of the die you resolve, he's going to do 2 damage every round. That's, even though it's indirect, that's still insane.
So I'm going to bring that card up real quick. He's what, 12, 14? 11,
14, I believe.
Cassian, Star Wars.
He's got a 1 range, a 2 range, 1 discard, resource blank, and he's got 11 health, I believe.
Okay.
He might have 10 health. Are you pulling it up now?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now. On the database,
and
here it is.
His ability is after you resolve this die, you may deal 1 indirect damage or mill the top card of any deck or an opponent's deck. And so that means every time you resolve a die, no matter what it's showing, you get to do 1 indirect damage. If you're playing aggro, if you're playing mill, he's equally as good because he's got 2 mill sides in. His ability is to mill a card. I hate Mill, so I'm never gonna play it. But his aggro, the aggro side of him is really insane for 14 costs. They're getting super aggressive with these low cost characters, starting with Ayla at 10 health with a amazing die. Like they gotta be careful with some of these. These are supposed to be support character type roles, not deal 4 to 8 damage every round type roles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder what they're. Anytime I try to go back and look at like old characters, particularly from like even Spirit of Rebellion, like it's really tough. Like this is 14 points. This is crazy. It's 10 health, by the way.
10 health.
Rebellion operative.
There we go.
What did this even come from? This was like from a magazine, wasn't it?
It was an ad in a magazine, and they don't have a good picture of it. But his ability is, to be precise, after you resolve this die, you may deal 1 indirect damage to an opponent or discard the top card of a deck.
That's it right there. Look at that. Man, that's pretty crazy. What's the die in front of him?
Podracer.
Okay, well, that was just spoiled. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So Cassian, you think is tough. And then you say even with Mill, but then you got Plo Koon.
Yeah, Plo Koon, man. Him with 2 Padawans is just absolutely nasty.
So let me try and bring him up here.
Okay.
He was legit spoiler, right?
Yes, he was a legit spoiler. This was during Worlds. His is 10 health, 11-14. So both of these characters, Cassian is 10-14.
Right. Yep.
So he's even cheaper.
Jeez Louise, man. There he is.
But both of these characters are 14 elite, 10 health. And then Plo Koon's is 1 melee, 2 melee, focus, shield, resource, blank. But his ability is this character has the abilities of each non-unique character you have in play. And this stacks.
Yeah.
If you're playing him with 2 Padawans, the first weapon you play on him, while he has no weapons on him or upgrades, it's decreased by 2.
Yeah, that's so it's free.
Well, if it's a 2 cost,
it's totally free.
Yeah, and then so basically, turn 1, if you draw 3 2-cost weapons,
that's insane.
You play 1 on him for 2. You play 1 on a Padawan for 1, and 1 on the other Padawan for 1. So you get 6 resources worth of upgrades out before you even roll your dice.
Does that seem broken to you or no?
It very much seems broken to me because you roll out 7 dice turn 1. Not just 7 dice. 7 good dice.
Yeah, his die is really good.
Yeah, his die is really good. And then a Padawan's, have you seen a Padawan's die? It's 1 damage, 1 damage, 2 damage, focus, resource, blank. So it's like you're rolling tons of base damage.
Yep.
And if you're playing Vibroknife, Shoto, Ancients, none of these sides cost any money. So you're okay to play these upgrades, roll out, and you're going to resolve whatever you get because you don't have to worry about paying for the sides.
See, I'm worried about that. That's terrible. That's like, have you played it yet?
Yes.
And is it as good as you say?
Absolutely destroyed my opponent.
Yeah.
And I've only played it once. I have to make some more Plo Koon videos in the next couple days.
So what do you do in that case? You just go after Plo and hope for the best?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, all day.
Well, so wait, the question, because Padawan's ability is usually going to be at the beginning of the game, it's not worth going for a Padawan.
Right.
Because, like, say he's played with a Clone Trooper or something, you get to reroll a die. If you kill the Clone Trooper, he loses his ability. Now it's just a Plo Koon with dice. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you kill a Padawan, he's already probably used that ability by then. So you're not really gaining anything from killing that Padawan. So I definitely think you go for Plo Koon, especially since he has, 10 health?
He does. Yep.
Is that what we said?
Yep.
You can get 10 health and, if he's not dead turn 1, he's dead top of turn 2.
Right.
So you definitely go for Plo Koon.
And so one of the other things you could do here is a Jedha Partisan, right?
Oh, yeah. Jedha Partisan. And if you don't know what Jedha Partisan is, he's got 2 indirect damage size. His ability is when you deal indirect damage to your opponent for the first time each round, mill the top card of a deck. So if you play 2 of those, That's 2 cards off the deck. And then Plo Koon stacks, so that's 2 for him. So you mill 4 cards for dealing indirect damage.
God, that seems nasty. But you're also, so that's with indirect damage. That's one key. Now, does Plo, let me see his die again real quick.
He does not have indirect damage. So if you remove both Jedi Partisan dice, you have a low chance of doing indirect. Unless you play some of the vehicles, like the Jedi Craft, I can't remember what it's called. Jedi Fighter or Plo Koon's. I think Plo Koon's fighter has indirect damage on it as well.
Yeah, but so let me talk about that real quick since we're talking about Plo Koon, which, by the way, I have no idea who Plo Koon is, but that's fine. After you activate,
was in the movies,
like for 8 milliseconds. Which one?
More than that.
Which one?
He was in the first one, second one, and third one. He dies. You get to see him die in the third one.
We've talked about this, Jake. Those are not Star Wars movies. Those first 3. After you activate this support, this is Plo Koon's Starfighter. Did we know him enough to see a Starfighter? Was his Starfighter in the movie? If his Starfighter was in the movie,
it was because that's how he was shot down.
Is that true?
When he dies, he's shot down in his Starfighter.
I was going to say, if that's true, I will watch the third one again. I think I feel like the third one was good out of any of them. After you activate the support, you may turn one of your non-unique character die to any side. If you spot Plo Koon, you may resolve it. It's a 2 melee plus 3 melee, 1 disrupt, 1 shield, 1 resource, and blank. 3.
So no indirect.
No indirect costly. But if the Jedis are gone, it
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anyway, right? But it seems like if you pull that off, let's say you pulled that off, at least turn 1 or round 1, you got 4 cards coming off the top.
Turn 2,
3,
you can probably do it again.
Yeah, if you get both, if you keep them alive, that's 8. If you don't, it's 6. What is that? Yeah, no, it'd be 3. That's insane. No, it'd be 2. It'd be 2, right?
It'd be 2 for round 2, so it'd be 6.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good.
But I mean, you're playing mill, so you're gonna have removal and force illusions and all that kind of stuff. So you're surviving round 1 and 2, probably.
That's pretty insane.
And blue has that card. It's never played, but it's like 4 resources. Discard the top 4 cards of an opponent's deck or something.
Legacies,
like that.
Right? That's legacies, I think.
So if you do that and you mill, so like say you get that turn 2, you haven't spent any resources. You can mill 4 turn 1, mill 4 turn 2, and then mill 4 turn 2 again. Yeah. That's 12 cards already.
Dude, that's legit. That could be tough. It
could be. I don't think it's going to be that great, but I think it's worth trying for fun at least.
So that's where everybody was getting excited about. And then I see in the Discord that we have, by the way, plug for our Discord, the Start Your Engines post. And here it is. So I thought, out of the next possible spoilers that we're going to drop, and everybody's been impatient, but Worlds happen. I'm like, yes, this is it. This is the rebirth of Destiny. Jay's streaming again. We got CX3 going. Like everybody's getting fired up. And then it's pod racing.
Yeah. So that I thought that exact same thing. Like everyone is anxious for the next set. They haven't announced even a date that it's going to be released.
Nothing.
It's been 6 months since the Legacies came out.
Right.
Still no date on when the next set's going to release. They've not done hardly any spoilers. They did a few at Worlds, Plo Koon, and Darksaber. And that's about it.
Yep. But silent since then. So wait, the big moment. This is it.
They really haven't spoiled anything. Then they decide, all right, you know what we're going to spoil? We're going to spoil pod racing. Anakin. Sebulba.
Now, you predicted Anakin. I want to say when we first started the podcast, I feel like you talked about it, and I said, there's no way. There's no way they would have like a little boy, like you shoot a little boy. Like, Captain Phasma is going to kill a little boy. But here he is. He's a little boy. And
well, you know what? If Qui-Gon would have killed that little boy, it would have saved a lot of trouble.
That's true. He's like Baby Hitler. That's what I think the card should be renamed as Baby Hitler. So Baby Hitler, he's a pod racing prodigy. That's his thing. Pod racing prodigy. He's after you activate this character, you may turn one of your droid or pod racer die to any side. Now think God, he's a rare. Because if he was legendary, I would sell my cards. I'm selling my cards. But no, he's a
The
rare.
artwork is horrible too.
Yes,
Who's he looking at?
No, she looks great in this. She really does look good. It's a 1 discard, a 1 shield. It's 3 resources and a blank, 7 health, and it's a 7/10.
Yeah, so you know what you do, right? You play him Elite Anakin, Elite K2, and when you activate him, you can turn any of K2's dice to any side because he's a droid.
Is he listed as a droid?
No.
Okay, that'd have been awesome, though. I was ready for that.
Of course not, right? Like, of course the droid isn't
Dude, that would have been
a droid.
That would have been great. That would have been
That
great.
would have been sick, dude.
So I like so he's also has his pod racer, Anakin Skywalker's pod. It's 2. It's got ambush, which I like the theme there because it's fast, right? It's got, let's see, what does it have here? 1 disrupt, 1 discard. It's got a shield, 2 shields, plus 1 resource, and a blank. And it's a support vehicle pod racer. Ambush. After you resolve this die, you may discard the top of a deck or the top card of a deck, or if you spot Anakin Skywalker, discard a random card from an opponent's hand.
Yep. Very solid for removal. Or, I mean, not removal, for mill.
Yeah.
This will be a solid combo pairing for a mill deck.
It is funny that it is a pod racer, which the idea of pod racing is that it's fast, yet it's playing in a slow mill deck.
Yep. And it's a pretty slow mill, to be honest.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this, and then, you know, if the gambling or the luck of dice rolling wasn't enough, right?
Yeah.
Now you can bet actually on the game of Destiny itself, because the plot is is it the Boonta? Am I saying it right, Jay?
Boonta Eve Classic.
Now it's a cool looking card. I will give it that. It's a pretty cool looking plot. So this is a yellow neutral plot. It's
not yellow.
Sorry, it's a neutral plot, but it's got yellow in the background of that card.
Gray neutral.
Well, why is it all yellow on the top?
I don't know what you're talking.
Look at the card.
Is that
place. Sand? Oh, that's the Boonta?
That's the track. Yeah.
Okay, that's the Boonta track. Well, it looks yellow. They need to fix that.
Does.
All right, it is neutral, so it's neutral. After you resolve one of your pod racer die, you may place 1 resource on that pod racer. Oh my god, I got to get notes. I got to write this down. Figure this out.
Yeah. All right. So
after you resolve it, tell me what it is. Would you please?
Okay, I'll say it. After you resolve one of your pod racer dice, you place a resource on that pod racer. If there are 4 more resources on it, set each copy of this plot aside and gain 4 resources.
Oh my god, I thought Talzin was bad enough. Now what do I have to do?
So basically, you resolve a pod racer die, you put a resource on that pod racer. Once you've done it 4 times, you get 4 resources. And then you discard all Boonta Eve Classic plots to the side.
Well, I got to be the first one to do it.
Yes, so that means both players bring this. It is literally a race to resolve your pod racers to get 4 resources.
Oh my god.
Because then you discard each copy of it
right
from play.
Okay, so we're going to look at the bright side. It's only 2, right? It's only 2.
Okay. Yeah.
So what are they expecting it to be? So if you're clearly right now, we only know of Sebulba, and which we're going to talk about in a minute. And by the way, I do actually like that character a lot. Sebulba and Anakin. And they each have a pod racer. Are there going to be more pod racers? Like, are there more racers? Because I used to play that game for my Nintendo 64, and I remember there being more choices. Who are the pod?
I literally have that for my N64. I played it not that long ago.
Hold on. I'm going to go get it right now. It's in my hand. It's right there. If anybody wants to play it. Pod racer.
I wonder if there's got to be. So we have Sebulba and Sebulba's pod racer.
Dude, there's a bunch of them.
Anakin's.
There's a bunch.
There's got to be at least like 1 more, right? You would assume like a neutral one or something like that.
Hero and villain, right?
Yeah, a neutral one.
Oh, neutral one. Oh my god, you know who's coming? It's gonna be Kitster.
Kitster.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
What? These are all the crazy characters from episode 1. Wald, do you know who Wald is?
Are you talking about some of the
Yeah.
pod racers?
No, I'm talking about the people watching the pod. Wald is the baby Greedo.
Okay.
Do you know the baby Greedo who high-fived?
Yeah.
Kitster's one of the kids who watches the race.
Why do you know this?
Because I'm looking at the page on the website.
Oh my god.
This is terrible, but I remember that. I absolutely remember that from the movie. Okay, here's the, oh my god, there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of people. What if these are all the rares? What if this is why they didn't release it? Because they're worried, dude.
I 100% intend that I'm going to be playing a 4-person match where you win if you win the Boonta Eve Classic.
Oh my god, this is
That's
amazing.
and it's not going to be. It does what the hell? This is not a standard used card. This is not going to be used in standard whatsoever.
Here's what it reminds me of. When I was a big Magic player, they came out with this set that they didn't really tell people up front that it was kind of a gag set, but it was called Unglued.
The Unset.
Yeah, so Unglued was basically, and they've done a bunch of them since then, but it was funny cards, Mad Magazine versions of the cards.
Yeah.
Rip up this card and throw it into pieces, and if the pieces land on something, that kind of stuff. And it actually sold, believe it or not, really well. But yeah, it's not competitive.
People enjoyed doing it, but yeah, it's not competitive.
But not if you don't, you got to explain that. And it's way too early for them to do that kind of stuff. But
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's one, let me count how many this could be.
But this is it. This right here, this whole thing is all pure just for fun.
Right, for sure. For sure.
This combo isn't going to be played competitively. Now I could see Sebulba maybe being played for 9 costs, 9 health, 2 damage sides.
Yeah.
I could see that being played. But other than that, and then Anakin will be in the middle deck. But it's not going to be this thing where it's I'm playing Boonta Eve, trying to get as many resources as I can. That kind of trash. That's not going to happen.
No, but I can see them making that into like you said, a format or something you have to, particularly if they have different racers. So Bullseye, I'm just going to tell you names: Bullseye, Navier, Aldair Beto. Yep, this is your Star Wars, by the way. Arc Bumpy Roos, Ben Quadrinos, Bulls Roar, Bazi Baranta.
In fact, Unkar is one of the pod racers.
No, he's not one of the. Don't listen. You're starting to throw people now with your Star Wars now. Look at all these people. These are going to be all the rares I'm going to get.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, God, I don't know what I think. All right,
but I think it's going to be fun to do a Boonta Eve Classic. I fully intend on doing this next week.
All right. Well, what about
whenever Jackalman gets these proxies in?
They're probably already there.
I'm totally going to be doing this. The Boonta Eve Classic and posting it. It's going to be a blast.
Well, compare Anakin to Sebulba, because Sebulba is a cutthroat pod racer. He's got, like you said, 9 health, 2 range, 2 indirect, 1 disrupt. He's got 1 resource and a special. And he's a character, by the way, pilot. Place 1 resource on a support in play, or remove 1 resource from a support in play. So that's special, I'm guessing, is to do what?
Helps you win the Boonta Eve Classic.
Yeah. So
no doubt about it.
Whose special's better?
Anakin doesn't have a special.
What's his? Well, whose ability is better? His ability or that special?
That's tough. Because that special is really clutch. If you're trying to win, and you get to just add one, the only way you get a resource on it is if you resolve a die.
Right. So
this gives you a chance to get 2 in 1 turn, which is really, really fast if you're trying to win the classic,
How would you get 2 in 1 turn? Because this is place 1 resource on a support or remove.
Yeah, so if you resolve Sebulba's pod racer, you put 1 on it.
So we didn't read his pod racer yet. That's 2. It's 2 cost. It's a 1 indirect, 2 indirect for $1, as you would say. 1 disrupt, 1 a discard, and a shield and a blank. Ambush, there it is. After you resolve this die, you may deal 1 indirect to an opponent, or if you spot Sebulba, deal 1 damage to a character.
Yeah, so like the Boonta Eve Classic says that when you resolve
Sorry,
a pod
yes.
racer die,
That's it.
put a resource on it.
So you could
And
do
then-
2, or you could go 2, or you could do you get 1, take away 1.
Yeah, which
Gotcha.
seems kind of broken.
Yeah. And then you get your 4 resources, and then it's
And then you get your 4 resources, coach.
you could do no, you couldn't feint. I'm trying to think of how could you cheat this out. Cheat out a die more than once. Leadership,
No, strategic planning.
strategic planning.
I think that's the one, right? Yeah, strategic planning.
Yeah.
But Sebulba's got actually a 2 and a 2 is pretty good for 9 health.
Yeah, and
if you pay 9 for this character, you get 9 health, 2 and a 2. That's not terrible.
No, and a resource.
And a resource, but he essentially has 3 blinks.
Right. That's true too. Not bad. Interesting. For 12. What's Talzin?
12. So why would you ever play this character?
You never would. But it's cool art. It's Sebulba.
It's cool art.
And that's it. That's the big. Oh, wait a minute. There's one more. You forgot it. This is the whole idea of betting. Like again, the dice aren't enough. It's actually it's 1 cost. It's a neutral, yellow, and it's pod racer betting. It's choose a number, then re-roll one of your vehicle die. If that die just rolled a value equal to the number you chose, gain 2 resources or 3 resources instead if it was a pod racer die.
Pretty ballin'.
Okay, well, let's think about this. How could you use this in a killer vehicle deck where you can guarantee what that value is going to be? Could you do it?
You couldn't guarantee, but like look at the pod racers. All of them, both of them have 4 1 sides, a blank which is 0, and then 1 2 side. So you would just always say 1 because you have a 4 and 6 chance of hitting a 1.
Is that better odds than a chance cube?
Yeah.
So it's 2 cards for 1, right? But you could, in theory, put that out there. I mean, it might be better value just to even make money.
It might be if you're betting, which in the Boonta Eve Classic you must be doing.
I guess so. I feel like you're not super hot on the Pod Racers Start Your Engines spoiler set.
You didn't get Start Your Engines. There's another card.
Where?
Go to it, coach.
Oh, I see it there. I got to go down.
Yeah.
I got to hit the thing. Hold on.
Yeah, you gotta click on it. Click on one of the card things,
God.
and then go through the images. And what does it say? I can say it if you want.
0 cost.
Yep.
Whose hand is that? Is it Anakin's on the thing?
It's Anakin's.
All right, what is it?
Start your engine. Yellow, 0 cost, neutral. Search your deck for a pod racer. Reveal it and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. So it's like lightsaber throw, but
Pull.
for pod racers.
Lightsaber pull?
Yeah.
For pod
lightsaber
racers.
pull.
But
Well, for pod racers.
but worse because you're pulling a pod racer, number 1. Number 2, if there's more than 1 pod, I don't know. I don't think there's going to be. If there's a race to 4, do you think they're going to have at least 1 more pod racer?
Oh, if I had to guess, I'd say there's probably 1 more.
All right.
But it's not guaranteed. There's no telling. And then there's 1 more card. Go to the last image.
God darn it. Let's see.
This is the last one.
I think I stopped even scrolling after I saw it.
I like the lightsaber pull.
Yeah, so this is Mos Epsa Arena. This is on Tatooine. Yep. What do you do when you claim this battlefield, Jay, that you're never going to play?
Claim. Force an opponent to choose to either lose 1 resource or have you gain 1 resource. Or spot a pod racer to force them to do both instead.
Now, that's not terrible.
That's pretty good if you're playing pod racers. Make them lose a resource and you gain 1.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Would I ever play a pod racer if I'm not doing the Boonta Eve Classic?
Maybe in a mill deck with Anakin, where you discard a card from your opponent's hand and discard 1 from the top of their deck. That's decent.
Yeah, that's not bad. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Let's see. I feel like there's got to be more. There's got to be more because I feel other than this, like. So, what are you pairing Anakin with? For real?
Oh, I have no.
If you're playing this thing, like, are you just just him? Like, what are you going to do? What would you do?
Okay. If we're actually playing the Boonta Eve.
If we're playing the Boonta Eve Classic on the next double blanks.
Obviously, you had to have Jar Jar there, right?
He wasn't there.
Yes, he was.
I don't think so. Was he?
He was. He got his tongue stuck in the engine.
You are so right.
And then it went numb. You can't forget.
Dude, you are. Yeah, he stuck his hand into a pod racer.
Yep, he did. So you have to have.
Here he goes. He's going to put it in.
Oh, Jesus.
Keep racing, Annie. You're gonna
That's Kidster. Wait, he's going to put his hand in. There he goes. Oh, that's bad. He's trying to help fix it. I don't want to get sued. Oh, no. This is so bad.
Right, so
You're right.
Qui-Gon is 13 points, right?
Yep.
So you could do one die Jar Jar at 7. That puts you at 20. And then you can do Elite Anakin.
Oh, my God. I'm just watching him put his hand in the engine. This is so
so that's what you had to do. You had to do one die Qui-Gon, Elite Anakin, and one die Jar Jar.
I can't even believe we're having this conversation right now. This to me.
That's what you have to do.
I just quit.
Because they were the ones that were there. And then Sebulba. Who was with Sebulba? Let's see here. Jabba.
Watto?
Jabba was
Wasn't
there.
Watto involved?
Watto was involved, but we don't have that character yet.
All right. Well, guess what?
But you have to play Jabba.
God.
Jabba was there.
Jabba makes sense in this case.
Yeah.
This is, I quit. This is terrible. I can't even believe it. I'm changing the name. It's now More Than Meets the Eye. It's a Transformers podcast, everybody, for the new Transformers game. Enjoy it. Roll the dice. I don't know what they're going to do. Transform your cards, everybody.
They got to be doing something cool, right? It has to be something that you transform your cards in some way.
You have to. There's no. Do you see the trailer for the new Bumblebee?
Oh my God, yeah.
Did you? I thought that looked pretty good. You don't like it?
If you like,
I don't.
I liked the Shia LaBeouf Transformers.
Yeah,
and
they
then
were good.
After that,
yeah,
they were just horrible. Like I love Marky Mark, but they just weren't good.
Yeah, no, I agree. But Bumblebee looked actually pretty good.
I hope so, because they finished the Transformers series or whatever, and they're starting to do different stuff now.
I think
I don't know. Somebody told me a bunch of information about it, and then I forgot it because I really don't care
about the game or about the
movies, the people that are directing them and stuff.
What do you think about the game? Do you think anything's even happening to it? It's got that's got to be what Lucas is working it on, no doubt.
I heard he's not.
Really?
I'd be surprised if that's not what he's working on. I heard he went there to work on Magic.
Oh my God. All right.
Which, I mean, he worked closely with Richard Garfield to do Netrunner, so that makes sense.
Well, maybe they're doing, that's true. Because Richard Garfield's doing Artifact.
Yes,
that's his game. He also did King of
Tokyo.
Yeah, don't start down that board game. Don't start down that board game podcast. Get ready. I can talk a board game with you, Jay. Look out. Richard Garfield, he's the guru. I was watching something where Richard Garfield was talking about, I think it was King of Tokyo. It was like an anniversary edition or something. And the people were interviewing him had no idea that this is the guy.
That he did Magic, made Magic.
He invented Magic the Gathering. That's a pretty big deal. Now, what do you do again? Oh, I make games, he said. So, all right. Well, Jay, I feel like that's a positive spin. And I feel like if CX3, I cannot call him that.
I'm going to keep calling him. Well, I usually call him Chris anyway.
Yeah, if Chris was on, I think he would have been less forgiving.
Yeah, probably.
FFG.
Just wait till we get to the next part.
Well, the next part, Jay, is good. Isn't it good news? They announced some of their prizes.
The news is good.
Organized play. It's store championship season. You get to win.
Let me pull this horse shit up.
Yeah, bring it up. It's organized play. This is great news. And I saw our friend Jack from Golden Dice posted a picture of the I don't know whether it's the paperwork that went along with this for store championships, and they said you want to run it between May 12th or something, and they missed a couple weeks of that.
Yeah.
But here they've got this is the 2018 Star Wars Destiny Store Championships. This is the annual high point of your local in-store gaming, Jay. This is going to be, it's during your regular Clash of Fates tournaments. What's a Clash of Fate tournament? Is that what they call it?
I don't fucking know, man.
Will you play with the top decks from the World Championships, Jay, or will you bring decks designed to surprise your opposition? Or will you be like Jay and fall asleep at the bar, asking for sweet tea while you slur down a couple of vodka tonics? It says here you can win some great prizes. Top 32, you get, I don't know if it's a choice, but you can get either a new alt art 4-speed or
Great.
Tinker in German, whatever that is.
It's Arabesh.
In Arabic. So for those
Arabesh.
players, that too.
Do you know what Arabesh is?
It's what Chewbacca speaks. Come on.
No.
Yes, it is. What
No,
is it?
it's not.
What is Arabesh?
You don't know what? Do you really not know what Arabesh is? Or are you playing dumb?
It's the language of the Jedi.
It's the writing of the Jedi. Anyway.
Thank you. The writing. It was in the books that Yoda burned. Spoiler.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe Luke burned him. Somebody burned him. I don't remember.
I'm looking through the store champ list, and there's way too many to find if my store's doing it.
So here's the thing. Someone said,
"Oh, they have it in order from state."
They do.
I
Okay.
see now.
That's how you have to. You're in Georgia. It's G. If they have Tinker, someone said, "Well, it's good they fixed Tinker." What's wrong with Tinker? Like, was the Tinker wrong?
Yeah. So like,
I've got that Tinker.
yeah, it's a zero cost, but the one if you have one, it says one cost.
It does
You know
not. I'm
that?
finding mine right now. I just bought it.
Go get it.
Hold on. I'm going to go look for it.
You bought it.
Yeah, well, I didn't. Listen, it's much more competitive where I'm from, Jay. All right. In Georgia, you got like 3 players: you, Chris, and you.
That's probably true.
Is it really one? Is it one? I didn't even look at it. That's terrible.
Are you holding it?
No,
right
I
now?
can't find it somewhere. I try to organize my collection.
Yeah, it's a one cost, or it's a zero cost,
Yeah.
but they printed it with the promo with the one cost. on
What is it? Turn a die to any side. What does it do? I don't remember.
To a side showing one.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Is that a super good card?
Oh, it's great.
Okay, so you can win that. And just to cover it up, they just had it in a different language in case they messed up. And then, now the 4-speed, I kind of liked it, even though I don't know who's on it. You're not a fan?
All right, so let's go ahead and start this nonsense. So number 1,
Okay, I didn't know I opened up a can of be easier.
4-speed and Ahsoka are both Awakenings.
Okay.
Why are we winning Awakenings cards in Legacies? They're going to be rotated out in 6 months, and we're not going to be able to play with them.
Okay, let's be real here. They rotate out. When do they actually, don't take the date out of it. When would they actually rotate out?
The end of this year.
It's not,
December
it's not by
31st.
year, is it? It's by set release, isn't it?
Yeah, so like
The cycle, when the cycle's
year
done.
1 was Awakenings. This year is going to be Legacies. And then next year is going to be something new. And
Jay-
then
Yeah.
the whole first year will cycle out at the end of this year.
All right, Jay, they haven't even released this set yet, right? So there's a
Yeah,
whole
no.
nother set to come.
But I know this to be a fact. One set being delayed doesn't cause the next set to be released off time. So, like, do you remember when Spirit of Rebellion was super late?
Yeah.
And it felt like Empire at War like dropped immediately. That's because Empire at War released on time and Spirit of Rebellion dropped late. So like there was only like 2 months between those sets.
I can't imagine. So you're telling me you think there's a possibility, like now was when the other one's supposed to release?
No. There's 3 going to be released this year. Legacy is already dropped.
Okay.
This one's going to be the second one.
Mhm.
Third one will be probably released in December or November.
All right. So you're bitter that you don't think you're going to be able to play with this card for a while.
Well, I'm not going to play with it at all. I don't even have Ahsoka.
But it's okay. But we're talking 4-speed here, right? Which is Spirit of Rebellion.
Yeah, 4 speed too, which is also the Awakenings
Right.
block.
So it's all Awakenings block. All right.
It's like, come on.
All right, I got
It's
it.
legacies.
Got it.
Drop legacies cards.
Right, make that. What would be a better? I'm trying to think of a better. Make that an ancient lightsaber.
That's still Awakenings.
Oh,
but,
you're right.
I mean,
True, it's Empire at
ancient
War.
lightsaber would still be pretty good.
That'd be pretty good. All right, now make it. I'm trying to think of something that would have been good.
Make it Obi-Wan and something from Legacies.
Yeah, it's tough when you do a card. They're in a little bit of a tough spot because of the die. You know, like giving away prizes without the die. And I've heard people talk about this a lot. Like that's kind of difficult, but you can understand it. But it makes sense. At least give it a card that could be used. Wait a minute, but what if this means it's going to be reprinted?
It's not.
All right, it could be. It could be.
They're trying to go away from repeatable action stacking.
Yeah.
And action cheating. So there's no way they reprint a 0 cost 4 speed.
I don't know.
That card's broken.
Is it
absolutely broken?
You really think it's broken?
Oh, it's one of the best cards in the game.
Yeah.
Almost every single blue deck has 4 speed in it.
Except you never run it.
What do you mean?
I feel like you never run it. Whenever I see you, and I always hear you talking about it, like, I didn't put 4 speeds in this one, or I don't have, like, I feel like you don't run it as much as other people do.
It's because I don't want to rely on stupid stuff. I played it in my Qui-Gon Yoda, though.
That's good. Yeah, I feel like you have to. Okay, so I get it. So that's one thing. That's one reason why I don't like it is because the card's not going to be used.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
I know all the people watching are as big a fans as I am of Star Wars.
Right.
I know like almost not everything, but I know a large amount of the like extended universe.
Yes.
That's actually canon. Can you tell me who these two people are on the playmat?
I'm going to get real. Hold on. I got to bring my mic down. Let me get really close here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Very yep. I know who they are. Those two. They were in Star Trek Wrath of Khan. That was one of the better ones. Or no, they were in the Superman. It was a Superman 2 when they were like Zod and they were up in the. Remember that one? I
remember it.
I have no idea, Jay, who they are at all. I don't know any of those people. I don't know who's on Tinker.
So these are sisters from the TV show Clone Wars.
Okay.
And they're in the arc where you learn that the chips were planted. Do you know about the chips in the clones?
No. What chips?
So, like, the clones were ordered to execute Order 66, right?
Oh, yeah. I know.
But they didn't do it out of free will. They did it because they're implanted with chips when they're created. And when that order goes through, they have to follow through. And there's an arc in the story where, like, chips start going bad early, which causes Order 66 to be executed prematurely.
Uh-oh.
All this kind of stuff. And clones start turning on these two Jedi, and that's kind of how you learn about the chips and everything. And then Rex and his whole crew learn about the chips and take theirs out so they're not affected. That's why they're in the next, like, Rebels and all that kind of stuff. And that's what these characters are from.
I had no idea.
Artwork is so weeaboo. It's trash.
Yeah.
It's people we don't know. People that aren't in the game.
Right. Now,
they're not even in the game.
You play to win the game. You play to win the game.
Do Obi-Wan fighting Jango Fett.
Right.
Or like Boba Fett and Han. Or like do iconic characters.
They must love Clone Wars.
Oh, they do.
You know? I think it's
Rebels.
It's Lucas's fault.
I like Clone Wars and I like Rebels.
Yeah. Order 66. I just learned what that was. I just Googled it while you were talking. It seems
you
good.
Know what Order 66 was?
No,
you
Jay,
gotta be kidding me.
Jay,
you have got to be kidding
anyone who is over 35, right? You know, and I respect that you've grown up on this thing. Like this is all you had for your Star Wars. Like I have no idea. Like I need to go back, and I'm excited to be able to sit down and watch this stuff. I really am. I mock it all the time, but I can't wait. I just want to do it when I can actually watch it because there's a lot. Like how many seasons? 6, 7?
Well, Order 66 was in the movies.
What movie? Clone War movies?
Yeah. Revenge of the Sith, when they go kill all the Jedi.
Oh,
That's Order 66
That's
on the
pretty
Clone Wars.
sad. I think I better.
Clones.
I got to start watching the movies again. All right, you got it.
I
Okay.
cannot believe you didn't know what Order 66 was.
Top 8. Order 66 is when is about the time my burger's going to be ready and that the new set's going to drop. That's what Order 66 is. Top 8. Here's what you get. Here's what you get. You get a box.
There's going to be so many people that disagree with me. And I know that right now. So I'm saying I'll be fine. I'm fine with these prizes. You don't want to hear Chris go off on it.
Right. He's not a fan.
But it's like, I would much rather have so much other stuff than what they've printed here.
You don't want the box?
I don't care about Tinker. I don't care, like, the artwork on the playmat or Force Speed. I don't care about Ahsoka. I'm never going to actually... That's not competitive, so it's never going to be played at a tournament.
Yeah. So we didn't even get to the box. You don't like the box?
I mean, it looks fine.
So
I'll have it. I have the Phasma one, 2 of them or 3 of them.
You get the box at top 8. And then top 4.
Yeah, I have like 3 of the Phasma ones. It's easy.
So the playmat is the same. Yeah. That's not
I got 2 playmats. 2 Phasma playmats last season, too.
So what Jay is referring to is that if you go to this article, it's in the show notes, by the way. Top 8, you get a box. Top 4, you get that 4-speed art with whatever Jay was talking about on it, on the playmat. And then top 2, I don't know why they showed 2. Is that the same card?
No, look above the die thing.
Oh.
I actually think this is really, really cool.
Yeah, that is cool. One's first and one's second place.
Yep.
That's cool.
So you actually have something to show difference.
I think Ahsoka's cool. I think they did a good job with the art on that one. I like it.
Yeah, the artwork looks good, and Ahsoka's fun and all, but she's not competitive, and it's Awakenings.
I don't like, here's my thing. As a guy who knows a little something about alt art, I don't like, when they put the big box around the character name at the bottom. I know why they have to do it, because if they don't, you can't read it. It's really hard to do. B, I don't like when they put the character's picture in a little circle. I don't like that. I think they should have just pulled that out. But
they only do that so you can match it with the die.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess. The die, that's the artwork that's on the die and everything.
Jay, what would I do without you? I mean, see, I was just about ready to write that off. And there it is.
Like, that's the original artwork.
Gotcha.
Or whatever,
right.
you know?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty good. And then that's it, right?
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are about to shit on me about saying it, but it's like, come on. Do badass stuff.
Yeah. What would you do? All right, so go ahead, Jay. Fix it. I'm giving you... Now, remember, I don't know how many kits they actually send out, in fairness. They could send out... And stores have to buy them, by the way. I don't think they just get them free.
Yeah, you can go see which stores are doing it. There's at least 200 on this list.
Okay, so where do I go to do that? Okay, there it is. I hit this button. Let me see here. And, all right, it's by... Where's Georgia? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Georgia. G, A.
There's one at Birmingham, Alabama. We'll probably go to that one.
Yeah, there's a bunch here, right? Let's go to New York.
Opelika, Alabama. We'll go to that one for sure. That's only like 40 minutes from here.
It's in Opelika?
Yeah, over by Auburn. And then Georgia, there's one in Augusta. Probably won't go to. Carrollton, we'll go to that one. Moxie Paintball.
Ooh. Moxie Paintball?
That's our game store. Moxie Paintball. It's not actually called Moxie Paintball. That's hilarious that they put it like that.
That is pretty funny. They're doing 2 Just Games in Penfield and Millennium. Those are one's 30 minutes away from me, one's 15. So that'll be good.
Nice.
Does it say the date or just says that they're doing it?
It just says they're doing it.
All right. So if there's over 200, Jay, here's what I want you to do. I know we've got Jay for like 4 more minutes, very limited time.
But it does say Store Championship Mid-Year Tournament season runs from June through August 26th. So the latest that you're going to go to one is August. So they can start right now.
Right now. They could have started in May.
If they have their set, they could say, all right, next weekend is Store Champs.
And did you see the post they just did about the Holocron?
Yeah, they're not going to change it.
They're not going to change. That's big news. They're not going to change it.
Yeah, I'm very surprised at that.
For this month.
Extremely surprised, yeah.
For this month. Which means a new, I don't know. New set's not going to drop, but whatever.
I say Ayla needs to get a point. Kylo too needs to get a point. And that at a minimum needs to happen.
Yep. I think you want to know and then I want to go back to what prizes you give out before you go. I think that they need to start restricting cards so that only one can be in a deck. And I think they need to start with Second Chance and Force Illusion. One in a deck. I'm tired of that. If they want to get variety and they want to have people start to buy product, you just got to start having more availability in cards. It's a 30 card deck, right? So, I mean, that's what I like about the game. But just one. Like 2 second chances. Like Sabine, I think you don't even fix Sabine if she only had 1 second chance on her. Like then at least the other person's got a shot. But with 2 and the Force Illusions, like it just makes the game unnecessarily long. Like not like competitively long, just unnecessarily long. I don't know.
I think that's too difficult to do. I don't think you can do.
Why? Just have a restricted list. It means 1 per deck. That's it.
Or just errata or start a ban list.
I mean, you could ban it.
I think that having a restricted list and have erratas is going to be a lot.
Right. Yeah, I don't like erratas, actually. I think erratas are tough because they haven't put anything out with that text fixed on the card unless they were going to do an app or something, and they didn't do that. So I don't know. It's going to be tough. All right, tell me, what prizes would you do, Jay? How do you fix it? You got 200 stores that want your prizes. Like, what's going to be in my kit?
Oh, dude. Easy. I mean,
boom, here we go.
Obi-Wan. Put Obi-Wan on one.
So cards, you're still doing cards.
Boba Fett. I mean, you have so many iconic characters that are actually being played. Like, Boba Fett and Obi-Wan are both being played.
Right.
Yoda's being played.
Yep. Spot gloss it. Spot glosses, let me tell you something. They don't cost a lot. They cost a lot because of how you get them, and I love that they're doing that. And I don't like that. I don't want them to take away from how unique that is when you go to tournaments and stuff, or to like cons. But at least do that for first and second place.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, these are spot gloss. They're just different. They're not like see-through.
They're raised. They got the raised art on it, whatever it is. Yeah, they're cool. Are they plastic?
Yeah, they're plastic. Okay. They're thick too, like thicker than credit card.
So the way you think you fix it is you would put out just different characters for the alt art?
Yeah, I mean, and then the playmat, like make it something badass.
I think that Afra's badass.
You've read the comics now, huh?
I like that Afra a lot. And those characters better be coming. I do like it. I told you, I'm in. I am in. If it's a good story, if it's well written, I'm in.
I was at a comic book shop like last month at my dad's house, and I went in and they had the singles for Afra from 1 to like 15.
Yep. Did you buy them up?
They were like $4 a pop.
Dude, here's what's going to happen. You ready?
I should have bought them, but I didn't.
I'm looking at I have the first.
How many singles are there? How many issues are there?
God, I want to say it's right up there at 15 or 20. I don't want to misquote though. All I know is the first appearance. Let me get it. I'm gonna get it from my shelf. Hold on. It's Vader.
Here you go.
Let's
All
see.
right, everybody, leave. Go unsubscribe from Discard to Reroll.
Get out of here.
Back. I wasn't talking about you.
Vader 3.
Vader 3.
Vader issue number 3 has Afra. It's got the.
Yeah, I have all the Vader comics.
Dude.
I have the whole single series.
Yeah, this is the one you want right here. I think. Here's my prediction. You know how Disney is doing a streaming channel?
Yeah.
This is going to be a show. Guaranteed. Afra. Guaranteed.
I'd be very surprised if they might do it.
Jay, you listen to me now.
They're not gonna bring Vader in it.
No, they don't have to. Just listen to me now. This is a character. This is a gold mine. This is a gold mine for them. They're going to start doing live TV stuff. You know, I'm telling you, all day right here. And then you get this issue. It's going to be $300. First appearance.
I need to go buy them up.
First,
it was going to cost me like $40 to get them. I was like,
yeah, it's a little much. Yeah, it's a little much right now. Here's the other thing I'm going to tell you, Jay. If they want prizes, they need to do dice. They need to do custom dice.
That would be so sick.
How badass would it be to do Han Elite Gold dice? You win Han's dice.
Yeah.
And it's like Han. It's the new Han, which is Legacies. So you get to play him, but you won't after Cassian comes out anyway. But you get the Han's dice, and they're golden. Come on. Take a spray can. Like, just figure that out.
They know how to do it. They do it for their X-Wing dice.
Yes.
Have you seen X-Wing dice?
No, yeah, they're like that weird clear.
That you can win.
No.
But they have other versions. Hold on. I'm about to look it up now.
All right.
X-Wing Worlds dice.
Where's Jeremy? Jeremy, if you're listening, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead. I'll give you a minute. Grab your pen, right? Just jot that down. Like custom dice. Come on.
Hey, listen to this trash.
No, I don't blame him. He's got a family. He doesn't want to listen to it. You think he gets it when he gets home? They're like, where's the set, honey? I can't talk about it. Jeremy, our friends have been expecting the set for 3 months now. I was listening. I was watching CX3 today. All of our friends were watching it today. Oh, it was embarrassing.
That's hilarious.
Honey, I can't talk
I can't
about
find any on eBay.
Yeah, they're very hot. You know why?
How
How about Sound the Alarm? How about that card? That card would go for
how much is that now?
like almost $200. That card, no, it's like legit one of the hottest cards in collectible card gaming. Sound the Alarm.
All right, here we go. Dude, look at these.
All right, send it to me. Are you sending it to me over the Discord?
Over Discord.
By the way, if you want to be part of Discord, the way you do that is you unsubscribe to CX3, and then you go ahead and subscribe to Discard or Reroll on Apple's podcasts. There they are. They could do that any day of the week.
Dude, those look sick.
So they do those, but yeah, see, they got that imprint
All right,
stuff.
so this is what they originally look like.
Right. Jay, by the way, if you just joined us, Jay's showing me pictures through Discord of dice. Oh my God, dude. I would never play that game if that's what I had to hold. What are those?
What are those?
Look
at these. These are all custom dice you can win.
Okay.
The white one with the red looks awesome. The gold is sick, and then some of them are like translucent.
Is that what podcasts do? Like for X-Wing, do they like if you join their Patreon, you get alt dice?
No, these are like that store championships, regionals, stuff like that.
I wonder if you could do alt dice. I'll start an X-Wing podcast. Only one problem: I don't know how to play X-Wing.
It's easy.
But that didn't stop me from...
It's going to be even more streamlined next season. Look at these.
Here it is. One more. Oh, baby. Yeah, now that's cool. See?
Like, if they did that, come on.
I think it's harder to do the dice. It's got to be harder to do the dice. They should just get, clear. Just do something really cool.
Yeah, translucent with sparkles in it, just like that, but make it like gold instead of green or red.
If they did that, now I don't think that's going to be good for the common player, like the average player. Maybe you give one for everybody, but like the gold or platinum dice for like the winners, how balling would you be if you pulled that out? Dude,
it'd be sick, dude.
If you rolled out your whatever it is, your Qui-Gon, or I don't know who they would do, but that'd be pretty cool. All right, Jay, do you think we're going to see any spoiler? Now, you just quick.
That's all of them so far.
Boom. That is a lot of, that's like dice porn right there. I'll put I'll tweet it out because you were talking about.
Okay.
Do you think they're going to, you had Kylo Ren Starfighter, which people were really high on and no one plays. Do you
I don't think I've even seen it played.
No. And not only that, D-House and Jedi Trials, your arch enemies, they got Mother Talzin.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the card. And they got like battle droids. They got like everybody. And
I know.
You got Kylo Ren Starfighter, and I think you got Rebellion Leader. Didn't you get that? Something else?
No, I got Ground Battalion. And I think that's it. I think we got one more card. I don't remember what it was.
See? That'll learn you. That's it. Do you think any other spoilers?
I checked. I haven't gotten any spoilers.
Okay,
yet.
that's what I want you to do. Is just check some spoilers. So, all right, Jay, how can you've been streaming a lot of content, putting all kinds of stuff out. What do they do? How do they find? If you're listening, but what do you got to do? There's a step to go through on YouTube. They first have to do something, then they go to you, right?
Wait, what? Oh yeah, you got what you got to do. First, you go to CX3, also known as sirchristopher.com/YouTube.
Crime Lord.
.crime lord. Thank you. I almost forgot. And and you click unsubscribe. And then you go to his Patreon. Even worse.
Yeah,
you donate negative money.
You take his money.
You take his money.
Oh, no.
For making you sit through that trash.
Yep. Start there.
Then, Yep. Then you go to Double Blanks and Discard Reroll / the tubes of you.
Yep.
./wwcomp.
Yep. Net. And
you click subscribe.
Boom. And you're in. And then you go to the Apple iTunes store. You go to podcast. You look for Double Blanks, and you see there's like a gap. See, they did a podcast in 1978 after it was like just talking about Star Wars, and then they did one, I think last month there was one there. So then you unsubscribe to that, and then you subscribe to Discard to Reroll. You leave a review because that you don't have to give us money in our Patreon. You could, because we got some cool stuff there. We're not supposed to talk about it anymore because they don't like it when we do, but we're going to talk about it if you go to the Patreon. We get it. Did you see the new one that came out, Jay, the other day?
No.
You better check that Jeremiah account because there's another one coming.
What?
You said Boba Fett. You just need to go check it out.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
All the art, my friend. I can't say it.
Patreon.
No, it's not on the Patreon. It's on your Make Playing Cards site. You got to go check it out.
On my playing card site. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go check it out. There's a new one that's coming.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Make Playing Cards, where you go make them and you can see all the cards. Shut up. Oh, Jay. All right. Listen, Jay, you're the man. You're playing the best Destiny on the internet. Everyone loves it. Keep it up. I want to see some good let's see some more Plo Koon.
Oh, yeah, for sure. He's busted.
All right. And as always, everyone, may all of your rerolls be special ones. We'll see you next week.